Hello students, welcome to your geography class. Today I am going to share a very important topic from your syllabus with some new information. Before going to the point, I just want to make you recall your previous memories. In your 9th class, you definitely have read Earth as a planet. In that chapter, you have read in our solar system, out of 8 planets, Earth is having some favorable condition for the living being. And today I am going to share one of the important also this condition with you. That is water resource. Okay. So here, before going to the point, I just want to share some basic information. As you have read in your previous classes that our world is having 70% of water covered and 30% land covered. Out of this 70%, very less percentage of water that we are using as a fresh water. It means only 2.5% is fresh water. This fresh water also we can't access wholly. Why? Because 2.5%, that 70% is present in the form of that glacial and ice cap, and 2.5% that on 30% which we can access, that is groundwater, rivers water and also lake water. These are accessible water including rainwater, ground water, rainwater, rainfall, etc. Clear? So here you are getting to see very less percentage we can access. Maximum percentage it is also stored in the form of glacial and ice caps. Here students, you will also be surprised to know that India, which is also known as the subcontinent of the world, here India, which occupies 2.45% of total world land area, it is having 16% of world's population, and this population increasing at a very rapid rate. But we are not having that much amount of water. How much we are having? We are having only 4% of world's water. 4% of world's water. Mean very less percentage that we can't use fully for drinking purpose. Yes students, here the problem start with that. I'm also going to explain some more information. See, here in our country we have read, when I have shared that also shared with you the climate chapter, that the video you most of you have seen, and there you have also learned that during that month of June to September, June, July, August and September, only that 4 months we get rain due to that southwest monsoon. Except these 4 months, how we are getting that water supply? So this chapter is not for passing the exam. Yes students, this chapter we are also going to know for our information. And here I also want to share you that this chapter is very large chapter. That's why I have divided this chapter into 2 parts. This is the first part which I am going to share with you. Next also video you will get the last part. So here student, see, as the India is having only 4-month rainy season, and this 4 months rainfall is not enough for us, as we are a agriculture based country. We have a agriculture based country that there are more than 65% people were also engaged in this agricultural sector. So here, how we fulfill this need? So to know that, we have to go to that point. Students, whatever percentage of water available in our country, that has been divided mainly in two parts. One is surface water, India's water, surface water. Another is groundwater. What is surface water? Surface water means that water which also is available over the earth's surface in the form of river, stream, lake. These are the surface water. And India is having a large that also amount of surface water, 4,000 that million cubic meter of that water present in India. But this amount of water in the Gangetic plain area, Gangetic means Ganga and also these tributaries area, Gangetic plain area, we can see 2,000 cubic meter of water we can get. And these Ganga, Brahmaputra and with other some tributaries, they are having a large catchment area. Due to that, they are having a large amount of surface water. How much also catchment area? That 110 million hectare. Or that also catchment area. This catchment area also store the surface water. Is it clear? Now, what is groundwater? Groundwater is which we can get under the ground, means under the also earth's surface. We can say below 15 meter of depth, 15 meter, which water also available there, that is known as the groundwater. And how this groundwater basically stored there? This groundwater store at the time of rainy season. Actually, when the rainwater is there, that rainwater, it seeps into the ground through some crevices, cracks and falls. And it's also stored in that also different layers of that soil according to the topography. That the layer known as the aquifer. And this groundwater table is not same everywhere. As you also know that in India, our country is having different type of topography. Geographically, as we see, if we see, we will get to see somewhere mountains, somewhere also plains, somewhere plains. So depending on this different topography, the groundwater table is having also different height from that surface. And this groundwater provides us 400 million cubic meter of water. So you are getting to see a large also amount of water we are getting from that groundwater. Okay. So it is very clear this surface water and groundwater play a very vital role in our life, because we are getting the water not only for domestic purpose but also for irrigation. Now a new term you just heard, that is irrigation. What is irrigation? I already have made this flow chart to make you understand that different are also methods of irrigation. But before going to know the irrigation method, I have to share with you that what is irrigation. Irrigation. Irrigation is the process or a permanent arrangement of water to supply to that agricultural land through different methods. Again I am telling, it is a permanent arrangement of water to supply to the field or agricultural field through different methods. By using different methods, you can say by using different methods. By using different methods. Okay. So, except these 4 months, June, July, August, September, how these irrigation methods also helpful to us. So here, first we have to know why we need irrigation. What are the importances here in our country? So, sometime in our exam, students, it asks why do we need that the irrigation procedure or the methods in our country. So here you have to write, as I already have explained in that climate chapter, that our southwest monsoon it strike at Kerala coast on 1st June. 1st June and then gradually till 15th July it also that shed rain in different parts of India. But this date is not fixed. It can be changed. Every year, some days also it come or arrives to India before, it means early or late. Even in 2009, you have seen the rainfall season, it has come to our country late, and the withdrawal of the monsoon, it was also late. Even till December, we also faced that the withdrawal of monsoon. So this is not the fixed time that this time also will be the southwest monsoon will arrive. So due to this erratic nature, as our southwest monsoon is erratic in nature, erratic, unreliable, uncertain. Due to that, what we face, that the inequitable distribution of water, rainwater in different parts of country. Somewhere we see that due to that also heavy rainfall, fury of floods are there, and somewhere due to scanty rainfall, that drought conditions we experience. It means distribution of rainfall is not equal even in different parts of the country. Okay, so it is very clear that we can't depend on the southwest monsoon. Now in that case we have to go for that alternatives, because India is agriculture based and we are having that all the seasons, basically cropping season we can say. See, if we only depend on the southwest monsoon, then crop we can't grow. By seeing the condition of this country, that different irrigation methods we have started and we are also following. So here students, I have also, before I have done this chart, there I have mentioned the irrigation basically divided in main two categories, primitive and modern method. Primitive means which already we are using from that ancient time by different way, and we can say these are age old that methods, and modern whatever we are using today. In my next video I will also share that also information about the modern methods. So today I will tell about these primitive methods. First of all, what are the primitive methods? The primitive methods basically I already have said which we are using from the also time immemorial, even these are age old also methods. These are divided basically in three categories. One is canal irrigation, number 2 is tank irrigation, number 3 is what? Number 3 is that is the well irrigation. Clear? So here first I will tell about canal irrigation. What is canal? Canal means whenever also we are that diverting the rivers, or we are also making some ways to also divert the water channel to supply water to that agricultural field. Also, this canal also can be divided into category. One is that inundation canal, another is perennial canal. So where this canal we can make, first we have to know, to make canal we need soft rock area, even that we can say that lowland area where the alluvial deposition is maximum there. Then the easy we can supply because that these are that also helping to that irrigated land or that agricultural field. So there should be a perennial source of water. It means perennial rivers. Here first I will tell about perennial rivers. Perennial rivers, which are those? Basically these rivers which form due to that ice melt water. And we all know that ice melt also water we can get to see in the river of Ganga, Brahmaputra, Yamuna and maximum its tributaries. So at the northern side of India, I am showing that here in the northern plain part, this is blue shaded area, and the coastal line also of India, coast area, where there is also sufficient that also alluvial plain, even that soft also rock, and that lowland area, in that area we can get to see that canal irrigation. And these also basically northern plain, Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, this area, also this canal irrigation helpful because this is the largest that production area of this country. Okay. So canal irrigation here possible because these are having Ganga, then from also its tributaries and Indus and its tributaries. Due to that they are getting that sufficient that also water supply. Perennial, it means throughout the year they are getting water. Next also that I will tell what are that also others areas, that coastal line areas already have said they are also having these that also alluvial plain. That's why it is also possible in that coastal line area. How much percentage of that water basically supplied also by this canal? Basically 40% water we supply for that irrigated area by this canal irrigation. So that is the first perennial, from the perennial rivers getting. Next, that here inundation. What is inundation? Have you ever seen when you try to pour water in a bowl again and again, what it will be? After some time it will overflow. The same condition we can get to see in some rivers. During that rainy season, due to that heavy rain or torrential rain, the rivers become overflow and the flood condition create there. To channelize their water and to control the flood, people make this inundation canal to supply the water from the river to that field, as well as it control the flood. Like in Satluj river also, the tributary of Indus river, we can get to see this kind of inundation canal. Is it clear, student? Yes. Next point, I will go to that tank irrigation. What is tank irrigation? Basically, in a natural depression in that area or by artificially we can make tank. Which area does not allow to sieve or percolate water in the ground, maximum in that areas we can get to see the tank irrigation. So here the southern part of India, southern part of India, basically Deccan Plateau side, we can get to see this tank irrigation. 12% water, basically irrigated water, that also supply for that agriculture field from this tank irrigation. Here, what kind of also tank people actually make? Tank can be earthen or can be masonry. So in the part of southern India, which is a Deccan Plateau part, it is having rocky area, undulating lands, somewhere natural depressions there, so people can easily make that tank there, and somewhere they use also that constructed tank. So this tank basically helpful for that irrigated land when there is no water in the dry summer season. These tanks that store water in rainy season. They save rainwater, and in the dry season they use this water for irrigation, because in that area that also having rocky structure, these rocks and soil that basically does not allow to percolate to seep the water in the ground. That's why groundwater level is very deep, even it is out of it, we can't use that. Okay, so here which also basically that states are using this tank irrigation: Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, part of Kerala, then Andhra Pradesh, then Telangana. These are the states which are Odisha also, which are using this tank irrigation. I also have to share something. At the time of Nizam in Telangana, he had made number of these kind of artificial tanks, and very well way he also made the design that one tank will be connected to the other tank, and other tank to the other tank, so that the flow of the water will be there, and it will be a artificial river kind of. But nowadays in modern times, some of the tanks already destroyed, but yes, they were having this kind of thought process to supply the water for that irrigate also agricultural land in that dry season. Okay, and it is it is not that much costly it compared to the other also modern methods of irrigation. We easily can make that, we easily can access, but some disadvantages also there are in tank irrigation. To make or to construct tank, we also need large area, and that area we can convert into agricultural land also. That is the one of that also disadvantages. Number 2 is there siltation of the tank. At the bottom of the tank, some silt basically deposit there, and after a time we need to that also clear that. So maintenance charge sometime needs. As well as in the dry season, that from this tank that evaporation start, and due to that some water losses are there. Okay, so you might have understood that tank irrigation. Next, I will tell about well irrigation. Well irrigation is a age-old method, and you might have seen in your house also home in some areas they are independently and individually using their own well. This well irrigation is very helpful for domestic purposes and for agriculture purposes. Here student, you are getting to see this well irrigation has been divided in ordinary wells or surface wells and tube wells. This ordinary well has been divided into two categories, lined and unlined. Lined means pakka, unlined means kacha. Pakka means constructed and unlined means earthen. Clear? So here these lined wells, to make these also lined wells, we have to invest something that is costly than the unlined well. And where we can also make this also well, where we can dig the well, where the rock will be soft, where there will be alluvial deposit, there will be that also the groundwater table should be near to that ground also surface. It means it will be high so that easily we can access. Clear? This there are also process lined and unlined well that also that through that we are irrigating not that much that area of agricultural land, but yes, some area even through that we can say 1 to 2 hectare of area we can easily that irrigate by that well. Which well? Ordinary or surface well. Clear? And these lined wells means constructed masonry work. These well also known by different names in different area of this country. These are known as Persian well, Rehat, then Taurus, Moat, Picotta and Dekali. You might also know some of them because somehow they are using bullock carts to get or to draw the water. Somewhere they are using camel like in Rajasthan area. Somewhere they are using some other also that it means process to draw the water. Maximum this well tank also well irrigation that is done manually. Okay? Clear, student? Now this tube well. Tube well mean deep bore. We have to drill through the machine to get this water. Means this is a groundwater part. Here in 1930 William Stam first dig this or drill this bore well or tube well at the part of Ganga Yamuna Doab. Ganga and Yamuna Doab. I hope you all know that what is the meaning of Doab. Doab means confluence of two rivers, Ganga and Yamuna. So here in 1931 started by William Stam. And it is very useful because it is deep ground water and there is no chance of pollution there. Okay? Even sometime we can see that this also tube well is very useful for that irrigated land because this water sometime basically in this water we can get to see some nitrate and chloride and some other that minerals which is helpful to increase the fertility of the soil. And through this tube well we can also that irrigate 400 that hectare of area. This is not that much that also large area, but yes, it is more also than the ordinary surface or ordinary or surface that well. Okay, so here what are the advantages here? Well irrigation, it is very that also useful and we can also easily can access, independently we can use. Also we have not to pay anything like the canal irrigation, like the people also the farmers used to pay for the canal also water through that irrigated water, whatever they are getting. We have not to pay for that well irrigation. We are getting some also good quality of water, fresh water, and we can get that in that also water basically some minerals which already I have said that increase the fertility of the soil and there is no chance of pollution. Okay, but some problems also we can see in the tube well. That problem is less, but in that case of surface that well we can see in that dry season it can little dry up because the surface well it will be near to the ground, that also surface means that depth will not be that much. So in that dry season it can dry up. So there will be no supply of water. Sometimes it can be polluted and we can also see that that if they are in nearby areas, some also garbage dumping areas, so it can also be polluted. Okay, so students, I have today explained that the basic information about that, also how much water available in our country and why we need that irrigation, because our southwest monsoon is erratic, unreliable, uncertain in nature. Somewhere it causes fury of floods, somewhere drought conditions. To supply that permanent, that also arrangement of water, basically to do that permanent arrangement of water, we need irrigation, and there are a number of irrigation methods I have explained today, the primitive one. Okay students, so read, also see that video, read and also try to understand. I will meet you in next video. Thank you.